Hi again. So I'm sure you must probably have heard about this lake. It goes by the name Lake Ladoga. And Lake Ladoga is one of the, I shit you not, one of the most deadliest lakes in the world. So a few years back, there was this nuclear power plant that was in the exact location of Lake Ladoga. And typically, like any power plant, they started dumping out nuclear radiation waste onto the waters of Lake Ladoga. And everything seemed normal until they started doing that. So they started dumping nuclear waste at all the, power plant nuclear stuff that they'll be doing. They'll be dumping waste, dumping a whole lot of stupid, nuclear stuff into the lake. So just fast forward to a few years, they disbanded. Then the lake was inevitably abandoned, somewhat abandoned, and before you know that, the water was polluted with a lot of nuclear radiation waste. And fast forward to a few months, there were these two scuba divers. They were trained professionals, and because of how nuclear and how radiational the lake was, they had to wear these special scuba diving suits so as not to get infected or affected by the nuclear radiation. And then as soon as they did that, they jumped into the lake with their little GoPro cameras, and they wanted to film the lake from down under. And they were kind of successful at that. They were filming a lot of weird fish. They looked like something out of a sci-fi horror movie. They were oddly shaped, having these kind of weird fins. It's probably because of the radiation. The radiation was so large that it actually kind of made the fishes that were in the Lake Ladoga, mutated. And just fast forward to a few minutes, while they were swimming and everything, fast forward to a few minutes, and then they spotted this big, out of nowhere in the depths of Lake Ladoga, came out this big, gigantic fish. It was like this big, gigantic creature just came out of nowhere and just started mauling and attacking the scuba divers. And well, the footage of this gigantic fish and of Lake Ladoga from way down under was recovered at the end of the day, and people were able to see what they captured. But the fish later eventually killed and wasted away those two guys because it attacked them. It was brutal. But what exactly was that fish? That fish was actually a mutant, something you will call a mutant fish, due to all the, normally the radiation from Lake Ladoga is supposed to kill this fish, because the radiation was so much, the nuclear radiation from that nuclear power plant was so much that the fish is supposed to be dead or something, croaked, floating in the water just face down. But instead of that, they got mutated. The radiation smashed through their DNA and altered it like a programmer trying to alter a file and turn it into a mod. The whole thing just altered the DNA of this fish, and made them into this weird mutant-like creatures. And especially for that big one that killed him, it was humongous. This thing was big. We're talking about numbers of feet long. This thing was long. It was gigantic. It was massive, and it was aggressive. Till now, Lake Ladoga still remains one of the deadliest lakes in the world. It's a very deadly lake. Those two scuba divers that were on an expedition were sadly killed by that fish. Most of them supposed to have died due to the radiation, but instead they got mutated into these kind of alien creatures from a horror. Well, that's all for today. I just wanted to tell you something I recently found out about Lake Ladoga, this so-called deadliest lake in the world. Which part of the world that is deadly or scary do you want me to talk about next? Tell me down in the comment section. I'll see you guys later. Bye.